There's a kind of love that feels like a cage, not because it is cruel, but because our destinies were already decided before we were born. Some of us grew up in homes where our parents decided our career paths before they even conceived us. They had decided, okay, my first child will be a doctor, my second child will be a lawyer, my third child will be the one to make the family proud. And that's not a bad thing to say, but sometimes parents lose sight of the fact that children are not an extension of who they are. Your child is a different individual with goals and visions that most likely might not be the same with what you want. So today we are not here to bash our parents. Parenting is a tough job on its own, and we give our parents accolades for the things that they do. It's not the easiest job in the street, so we give them their flowers. We're not here to bash our parents. We are here to find a balance between the life that they want for us and the life that we actually want. I will be introducing our amiable guest, a young person but highly intellectual. Today we are going to talk about the guilt of wanting something different and also how to honor your parents in the process without losing yourself. This is your safe space. Let's talk. Welcome to Build for More podcast. My name is Grace McFarlane. I'm your host, and with me I have Miss Love Ushe Kefalsa. Did I get that right?
Kefuse.
Kefulse. Pardon me. Welcome. It's nice to have you on the
Thank you,
podcast.
ma'am.
Thank you for coming on. We do appreciate you. Kindly tell us just a little bit about yourself. Let's get to know you.
You rightly said, my name is Love Oshe Kefuse. I am a graduate of the Department of Linguistics and Communication Studies, University of
Amazing.
Calabar. Thank you so much.
Amazing.
I am a daughter of a Nigerian father.
Oh, wow. She had to say that. Amazing. Thank you so much. It's
Thank
good to
you,
have
ma'am.
you. So maybe once or twice you can come give us some linguistic lessons. How about that?
You pay me.
We'll pay. Oh, okay. I thought you were doing the lots of boys. Okay. We'll definitely call you back when we can afford your services. So I'm going to head straight into the first question.
Okay,
You grew
ma'am.
up in an African setting, a typical African setting. So my first question is, growing up, did you ever feel like your parents had already written the script of your life before they gave birth to you? And when did you first notice that?
Okay, so I think growing up,
Mm.
I grew up with boys,
Oh,
and
wow.
then I'm the only daughter.
Wow.
So there's a lot of expectations for a girl, an only girl,
Mm.
and then everybody wants you to be perfect, wants you to embody some kind of lifestyle and
Okay.
all. And so I started saying that there is already like a path created,
Mm.
and African parents don't need to tell you that I've already created a path. You
Yeah.
already see the path already for you, and then you just have to walk
Fit
into
into
it.
it.
Yes.
So
So
you see the part from their how do you see the part? Is it in the way they relate with you? The way they relate with you as a female child, is it different from how they relate with a male child?
yes.
How so?
So there's there's a lot of scrutiny. There's a lot of things you should not do. There are things that you will need to say don't do this, but you just have that number six. Like
Mm.
as a girl in an African home, so many things I should not venture into
Into
because my parent will not approve of it.
So they are more stiff-necked with the female child than the male child. So
Exactly.
your brothers could maybe do one or twos and get away with it. But as a female child, maybe they had patterned that you be very womanly, very kitchen friendly,
Mm,
very homely, and you would accommodate the exes of your brother. Why? Because they are
yeah,
training you to be a marriable person. Is that
exactly.
it?
Yes.
So the men could get away with it and you
Yes.
would be held highly accountable for it.
Exactly, ma'am.
Wow. That is that is somehow crazy because it shouldn't be in the sense that every child should be held to, I will use the word justice, on an equal platform. That you're a man does not mean you should get away with. And that's sadly the thing with most African homes.
Um,
The boy children are somewhat allowed, oh, he's a boy, it's a boy. And there's more focus on training the... Did you ever experience that there was more focus on training you as a girl child than your brothers?
exactly. So I'll give you an instance.
Okay.
I have a very loud voice,
Yes.
and then I can just be saying something to you very calm, and then but my voice is high, and I'll be like, "Is this how you're going to behave in your husband's house?" No, that
Conditioning.
yeah. So my brothers can shout, and
Mm.
it's fine. You are a man. Why should your voice be low? But then if I shout, Why should your voice be high?
You're a woman.
Yes.
So tone down yourself.
Exactly.
To fit into a picture that they've already created.
Yes.
Wow, that's actually sad. So in terms of career choices, was there some sort of restriction that you experienced? Oh, you can't choose this career, you can't choose this because you're a female child. And did you notice it? Did you manage it? Was it said out loud? Did they stamp it on stone or something? Or it was subtly just said to you, oh, you can't be this, you can't be that?
Okay, so I like acting.
Mm,
And then while I was growing up, I wanted to do theater art.
okay.
But you cannot do theater art.
Why?
It was not like verbally said, but you will just get little passes. Like when we're talking about career, see the way they weigh career, lawyers, doctors, engineers,
nurses,
but you will never hear theater artists. Like it was not just in the circle of career that you should do, especially considering the fact that my father is an academic man. So there's some careers that you should do so that you meet up
societal
the
standard or academic
yes,
standard that was already set before you were born.
exactly. So you just have to just use your, like I said earlier, use your senses, your knowledge, and know that okay, this one is a no-go area for me. I should look for a path that would not make my parents angry, a path that will make us on the same lane.
Yeah.
So
How did that make you feel? Did you feel like you were losing out on something? Did you try to communicate with your parents? Because sometimes, they will say they will make some passes and all that, but I find that sometimes conversation is the solution to certain problems, except for stunt homes where you grew up with a father who is the lion of the tribe of his family. Yeah, so how did that make you feel?
okay, well, I don't know, but I just think I wanted to make my father happy. So I just swallowed it and I moved. I moved to a department I was also very happy with.
Okay.
So it was not like they chose what I should do, but it was just that don't do this.
They didn't approve of certain things.
Yes. So
Wow.
I just said, okay, since I cannot do this, I would do this other one. And then this other one worked. And so
Wow.
I was happy. They were happy. So everybody's happy.
So there's a win-win.
Yes.
Which brings me to my next question. How do you separate the dreams that are genuinely yours from the ones that were handed over to you while growing up?
Okay, so I think finding a balance.
Okay.
Just knowing that you should not let go of yourself to want to please your parents. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
Our parents are right, not right.
Not always, actually.
Yeah. But this is your life. This is your purpose. They have lived their life.
Yes.
They have done whatever they want to do. So if it didn't work out for them, you can't impose in me what you failed to achieve.
yes.
So find a stable ground. If they wanted you to be a lawyer and then maybe you want to be something else, maybe you want to do mass comm, this you can it's just about speaking and then helping people and then one thing or the other, you are somewhere. But the point is your happiness matters. So find where it's stable. Find where you can actually
be yourself fully to your best potential.
Yes, and you can actually talk them into believing in you. So what they do is that they talk you into believing that what they want is what you should want. But you can also talk them into believing that okay, what I want is best for me and you should accept it.
Okay.
So that's my life. I'm going to live this life. You're going to stop being my dictator at some point.
At some point, they will stop being the center of your life.
Yes, and I have to live my life. But what if I now have to live the life that you have drawn for me, and then I can no longer find the blueprint? I'm just walking
everywhere but nowhere.
Yeah. So I should live my life by myself. So try to understand that I am me and you are you. So that's it.
This brings me to something that most parents use as a way to punish children if they refuse to, follow the path, according to them, the right path. And this is not to bash our parents in any way, please.
Exactly.
I would be a parent one day. And I've noticed certain lapses in our parenting system. I think we should get it right before we bring more children into the world. Now, some parents, I've heard stories where some parents go as far as saying, oh, I'm not going to sponsor your education if you don't do what I'm asking you to do, which now exposes children to wrong association. Certain things, some children start to hustle early. At 13, 15, 16, they're hustling to send themselves to school. I want to ask you, do you think every parent sees their child as an extension of themselves, or should parents see their children as extensions of themselves rather than seeing them as a different human being that I birthed. Do you think parents should see their children as extension of themselves? Let me give you an instance. Oh, maybe I'm a mother. I wanted to be a teacher. And for God knows what, I could not actualize that dream of becoming a teacher. And I give birth to a child, male or female. And I'm like, oh, because I could not become a teacher, my child must become a teacher. Do you think parents should see children as extensions of themselves or like a full-blown individual?
Okay, so you are a full-blown individual. Let's say my grandmother wanted to be a doctor and then she didn't become the doctor,
Yeah.
and then she passed it to my mother who did not become a doctor, and then they pass it over to me and I don't become a doctor. So you see, there's like a long list of you wanting another person to be it, and then we are not achieving anything at the end. Allow your child be your child. Try to talk, communicate with the person, say, oh, this is what I wanted to be, but how do you see it? Okay, what do you actually want to be? Let's talk, because in future you will not be there to run the life of your child.
Exactly.
Your child will be his or her person, and then making a wrong career decision now will not do your child any good in the future. It will just leave your child a bitter person and be like, oh, because of my parents I will not achieve this. And then funny enough, your child will not say, oh, because my father or my mother hindered me from becoming what I want to be, let me just play that same game with my child and just do it. And then that's how a long lineage of hate just goes like that. And what do we achieve at the end?
Nothing. Divided family. That's what we achieve at the end. And children not actualizing their original purpose that they were created to actualize. Where we have mama's boys and papa's girls. This is where it stems out from. Because if you are a parent and you're consistently involved in the decision making of your child, they will not have an independent mind.
Yeah.
I always say this thing: decenter your parents. You can love your parents but still disagree with them. And it's not bad. It is not bad. I'm not an extension of who you are. Your unfulfilled dreams are not things I've fallen in love with. I'm my own person. Now let's talk about the situation where parents sometimes throw away the creative sides of their children and look on professional career choices, and then you shelve the creative side of your child into the cupboard, forgetting that not everyone is book smart. Some people, it is their creativity that sells them. That is their opening. Is it possible to balance both? Is it possible? Have you ever been in a situation where you had to choose between the professional career path and your creativity? Did you find a way to balance both of it? How would you advise somebody who is going through a similar situation where they want to lean into their creative energy, but their parents want them to also, take the professional part, and they don't want to disappoint their parents? Mainly because my parents is the one paying my school fees. I don't have a job, so 90% of the time I'll tilt to what they want until I can afford the basic things that I need. How would you advise someone to find a balance?
Okay, so I said earlier that I wanted to do theater at some point, and then I eventually did linguistics. So that's not exactly what they wanted, but at least I didn't do theater. Find a balance. Okay, so I had said earlier that at some point I wanted to do theater art, but my dad didn't agree to it. He didn't outrightly say, but I knew he did not agree to it. So I found a balance. I like linguistics and I liked theater art, but that was theater art was because I loved acting, and then that was a point to widen my talent or something. And then, but this other part, I still like talking, and then in linguistics I can, and I did linguistics and communication, I can still do something which I like. So I just had to find something else that I liked to just fit in. And luckily for me, it was something they also approved of. So I didn't altogether scrap out my talent just because I wanted to please them. I just found another talent that I liked and worked in that line. I did not weaken myself. I did not lose myself to please them. I just found a path that pleased me and maybe pleased them
by
too.
extension.
Yes.
Okay, amazing. So what advice would you tell somebody if you had a younger self, if you had a younger version, or maybe a sister that followed you and she's stuck in the dilemma? Daddy wants me to be a nurse, but I have my creative passion that I want to follow. How would you advise her to bring the two together, marry it together? One, so that daddy doesn't stop paying her school fees, and two, so he doesn't completely restrict her from following her passion?
Okay, so I'll say again, find the balance or speak to them, talk to them. I think my dad is very understanding. And I think that if I had spoken to him, daughter to father, and be
Maybe
like,
time and
oh,
time again, he
yeah,
would
I
have
think he
bent.
would have accepted. But I didn't. I just said, okay, no problem. Let's leave long talk. Let me just go another way. So speak to your parents. I feel every parent wants the
The best.
happiness of the child, even if most times they overdo it. So speak to them, tell them that this thing you are doing, what if at the end of it I lose myself? Would you be happy that I become a doctor, but an unhappy doctor?
An unfulfilled one.
Yeah. Or would you be happy if I do music and I'm fulfilled? Which do you think you would want for your child?
Okay.
Speak to them. Employ other people that they think that they listen to.
Mm-hmm.
Pastors, relatives, family members, friends. Tell them. And then along the line, you can also find somebody in your family that had faced this and still became successful.
And
You
speak to
can
the
employ
person.
the person's audience to speak to your parent. And I feel it will work.
It will work.
Yes.
Now, I want to ask you a tricky and dicey question. Do you think you should decenter your parents?
I believe in my happiness. So if listening to them so much would make me unhappy, I will not listen to them. Parents, I'm not trying to shade or bash you, but if you over infuse your thoughts, your ideas into your child, you end up not bringing up a good adult. The later end, you just bring up something that we watch on TikTok, just content, but it might be that a man wants to make a decision and then he's like, let me call my mommy.
mother. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Grow up.
Like how does it sound? Everybody will make fun of you, but a child who already has a mind on his own, you are like, okay, I will make this decision and I will tell my mommy later on. And then she has to accept it because I'm an adult. I have a mind on my own. You don't have we don't share the same mind. That's why we are different people. You like this, I like this. Don't make me like what you like for you to be happy. I can I need to be happy by myself. So keep your thoughts to yourself. Just throw in some parental advice when needed. Don't infuse your ideas on me. Yes.
Okay, so that is to say that parents can raise good children, but they can be terrible adults.
Exactly.
Because of the parenting system.
Yes.
If you had a chance, what would you adjust about the parenting style that you experienced growing up?
I don't know for me, but I grew up very close to my dad, and so as the father of the house, I could easily just as a girl just tip in what I wanted. But I didn't realize this early. I realized this as I grew older that my father listens to me so much. So if I had known this earlier on, I think I would have enjoyed my childhood very, very well. Because now, if I want to do something and it's maybe contrary to what he wants, I can just jokingly, with a plate of food, with laughter, with gift, tell him this is what I want to, and everything is settled. Just find a way to please your parents
while trying to still, make your parents happy and be in happy spaces or be in their good books. We will entertain an audience question, and this question is extremely important.
Concerning what Miss Love said about your mom wanting you to become a particular person because she did not become that person that her mom set for her, but she went ahead in studying another course, probably accounting,
All right.
and the funds were not enough for her to complete that her study in accounting. And now she imposed being a nurse on you, but you did not fall in love with the course nursing, but instead you fell in love with her course that she didn't complete, that is accounting.
All right.
Is it that you're going through her pathway, or you're going through what you actually love doing?
To answer that question, I don't think the child in question is following her mother's path. If you listen carefully, she said her mother wanted studying accounting but didn't finish because of money and all that. Now, she, as a child of her mother, wants to study accounting because her mother fell in love with, but the mother is imposing nursing on her. She's not following her mother's path. And it's sad that the mother is not seeing that this child fell in love with something I once loved. So not to say that it's a good thing to live out your expectation on your children. I think she would find some sort of fulfillment knowing that, okay, I couldn't finish it. My daughter has naturally fallen in love with this thing I so wanted to do that I didn't do. In situations like this, I would implore you to call a parent, or rather call a relative, somebody your parent listens to, and then sit with your parents. Let us have this conversation. This is what I want. This is what I love. This is what I can. This is what comes to me naturally as a person. This is what I can function in effectively. And maybe meetings once or twice, it can be sorted out. Do you think differently, or do you think we should call relatives, call parents, friends, families that can help us speak to our parents?
Okay, so I think we share the same idea here.
Okay.
I think if the mother looks careful, this is a win-win. This is
Exactly.
something you couldn't do because of some financial issues.
Yeah.
And this is something I have fallen in love with. So I am now like a mini version
Of
of you
you.
fulfilling what you love. So if you actually think about it well, mommy, this is like me doing what you love, just completing this race for you. So I don't know, maybe like you said, other people should come in, speak to the mother, make her see the bigger picture. Yeah, just everybody should understand each other so that everybody can be happy. You can be happy, your daughter will be happy, and the family moves on well.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much. And we have come to the end of today's podcast. Thank you, Ms. Love,
Thank you,
for
ma.
coming. We appreciate you. We appreciate the value that you have shared. We appreciate your insight. And we're hoping that subsequently we'll still have you back on the show. Thank you, everyone. Please remember to like, to share, and to subscribe. Let us know your thoughts and suggestions in the comment section. And I will leave you with these final words of mine. Please decenter your parents. This is not to make you look like a rebel or make you to spit on the investments, the trainings your parents have given to you. But I need you to understand that at a point in your life, your parents will no longer be your all in all. They will no longer be the center of your life. So the earlier you learn to decenter your parents, the better for you. Please remember to like, to share, and to subscribe. We will see you in our next episode. Bye.